Luxury Productions presents Survival of the Fittest podcast, a product for the people, by the people, where dreams go further than bullets. With your hosts, Lucky XL and Monz Logan. Let's go. Yeah.
Top of the morning, it's your boy Monzy Baby Monz Logan, and this is Survival of the Fittest podcast. I got my brother S.A. behind the cameras over here, man. Say what's up to the people.
What's happening?
Man, how this beautiful 70-degree weather been treating you, man?
Well, it's about time, even though I ain't got out and enjoyed none of it, but, you know, I'm ready for it.
You ain't got out there on the green yet?
No, not yet, but it's coming.
Oh, man, you got to get out there. You got to get me out there, man.
We're going to see how that works. We've been trying to do that for years.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, this the year, though. This the year, But, without further ado, I want to introduce this lovely lady to my right, our new guest host, Nicole. Say what's up to the people.
What's up, everybody?
Oh, man. So, man, what's going on in your world? Like, how you been doing?
Guys, I want to ask a question. Is hot girl summer over with? Is that one of the things we got rid of in 2023?
I mean, it depends on the guy you asking.
I don't even know what hot girl summer is. What the hell is that?
Good answer.
Yeah. Put me on game.
Well, it's that weather. It's sundress weather.
Mm.
It's high shorts weather.
Mm.
That's what we call hot girl weather.
I mean, all brothers could
Ready
appreciate.
for a hot girl summer.
I guess all brothers could benefit from a hot girl summer. You of course, brothers, with your significant other, you want her to partake in a little bit of that for you. You know what I'm saying? And for my single brothers, I know they definitely got to appreciate it.
Okay, so with hot girl summer comes what? Summer body?
Is
that something you gotta have summer body to have a hot girl summer? It don't work without that.
Womp. The conversation.
No, don't work without a summer body. Can't have no hot girl summer without no summer body. Come on now.
So you ain't with the fupa, huh?
Oh shit.
You know what a fupa is?
I don't know what that is.
That's frozen yogurt or something?
When the little stomach hang over the jeans.
That's what y'all call it, fupa?
Yeah, that's what the women call a fupa. What do men call it? Beer belly. Y'all call it the bellies when the stomach's
we call it
sticking
stomach
out.
fat hanging over
the
the
It's just F-A-T.
That's what that is. But tell us, Cole, how you preparing for your summer body? What you doing? You in the gym right now?
I've basically just been working that fork, eating cheesecake.
That's how you prepare for the I got you.
I'm living life.
Okay. So
you gotta enjoy yourself. Now, after this show, I will be heading to Whole Foods to get my spinach. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I will be on my treadmill later on tonight.
Right.
Okay.
But women, we just have to appreciate what we got and who we are. And at the end of the day, our men will love it.
Yeah. Hey, well, yeah.
What? Uh-oh.
No, it's look, love is love. Y'all gonna love you.
Accept us how we is.
Right. But if I meet you at 120, 150 pounds, whatever, you know what I'm saying, man, try to stay within 10 pounds if it's going to fluctuate.
Range, 10 pounds?
Yeah. But 10 pounds is a lot of weight on a woman. That's a lot of weight on a woman.
It is a lot of weight.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a lot of love right there. But in that 10 pounds, it's a conversation too. Like, hey, baby, let's, and this is something I learned as brothers. We can't just come in and be like, baby, I think you need to hit the gym. We got to come in, hey, baby, my gut getting out there, man. Maybe we need to hit that. Right, we need to hit that gym, yeah.
But what about that 20-pound happy weight when you start dating somebody?
Happy weight? Why is it happy weight?
Happy weight?
Where y'all been? These the terms. This is happy weight. When you're dating somebody, y'all hitting up all the exclusive restaurants and having
get you 20 pounds.
Nah, that's a lot.
That's happy weight, midnight snacking, afternoon snacking.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of that.
Okay.
I ain't mad. Unless it's happening over the years. If you with somebody for a long period of time and you can do that, then that's natural.
Yeah. You can't spring 20 pounds on me in like 4 months.
Right. That's going to be
on now. I feel like that's a Ponzi scheme or something. Man. Something ain't right about that. You was hiding that somehow. Some
Couldn't
crazy.
wait to just break it out.
Right. Waist training or doing something. I don't know.
Well, I started dating and I was 10 pounds lighter when we started dating, but we started having fun and we started going here. We was going everywhere but the gym.
Right.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I said that healthy 10 pounds.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that at all. As long as you still trying to, keep it in check.
PSA, people, you want to be healthy. You want to be fit. You want to feel good. We all know exercise is a medicine. We need it. You need to move your body, but just don't be too hard on yourself.
That's I thought she said extra size.
Right, extra size. Extra fries. Super size.
Right. I was like, that ain't healthy at all. What are you talking about?
Not at all, man.
Okay, let's keep it moving. Now, we got Ebony K. Williams on the topic. So anybody, I know everybody done kind of heard what she said, and did a little research and dived into it. So we're gonna let Nicole kick it off. Tell us what you think about that. I think what she said at first.
Guys, I think a lot about what she said. And I'm going to try to kind of recap what she said. Hopefully, I'm not misinterpreting what she said. But from what I got from her conversation was she was saying that it's certain positions that are considered mediocre.
Let's take it back to the beginning first so that people can know what we're talking about. Now, she was on an interview with Ayana Van Zant? Something like that. So we don't want to get her name wrong, but she was on an interview with Ayana.
And so Ayana basically asked her, would she date a bus driver? Would she, in our society, what's known as a regular folk,
right?
Everyday working class person, so to speak. And she said no.
Now, what she said was that he has to own the bus.
Well, if he owned the bus company, in her words,
And this sister, what does she do for a living outside of, podcasting or
she's a lawyer. She's been on one of those reality shows. She's an author.
Right.
A well-to-do woman.
Right.
I respected her into that comment. I love my working class men. First of all, we have to redefine what's happiness. We have to redefine what's successful.
Right.
A bus driver could be the most passionate person, most considerate person, most loving person, hardworking person. Does bus driver equal not hardworking? And it's a very small percentage of wealthy people. For the most part, we all, including myself, everyday working class people. So what's successful to you? That's what, first of all, you have to define.
Right.
Is what's success. For me, it's just my mental well-being. For me, happiness is taking care of other people, volunteering, making sure other people are okay. My bank account might not say $1 million, but I'm pretty happy.
Right.
And I look for a partner,
So what you
with
think?
The same.
I mean, well, first and foremost, I'm going to say the sister had a right to, want what she wants as far as, what she would date or anything like that. However, when you try to generalize what a type of person is, because they may not have, did 6 years, 8 years and lost, to become a lawyer and do all of these things, and they chose this path, it doesn't make them
mediocre is what she said.
And we have to, even though, we understand that, as a culture, we may use words one way, the semantics, you know what I'm saying? But, according to the King's language, that word may mean this. We know when we speak into our culture, how we interpret these words. So I do believe that she could have done a better job at how she got her message out there, and so, again, like you say, everybody can't be a lawyer. Everybody can't be a doctor. I mean, because they just may not have that skill set to do that. But everybody can't drive a bus either.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's man.
exactly.
I'm just a mediocre driver for that case.
My
Driving,
thing
you know?
is her words were defense. It offended me.
But she said
Right.
mediocre.
They were offensive.
average.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she had a
threw that
list
in
of
there.
them.
Right.
A list of
You know,
them.
kind of like typical. But what she was saying was when Ayanna asked her the question, they caught her off guard.
Right.
So when she answered the question, her true feelings kind of came out.
Right.
You know, if he on the bus, you know, because I'm a lawyer, you know, I ain't gonna be dating nobody who on no bus.
Right.
That's kind of how it came off.
Right.
But then when she tried to defend it, she tried to say, well, you know, I'm not saying that since he drive a bus that, you know, he's not a good person.
Right.
But as far as standards go and his skill set, does he want more out of life?
Who sets
Right.
the standards though?
As far as what she's saying is what's average, you know, what's mediocre. Can if you had a certain skill set, can you get more out of it?
Right.
Are you more ambitious?
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of what
See,
she was
nobody
going with.
said that those type of people that she's calling average didn't have ambition.
Right.
Nobody, you know, what makes them mediocre? What makes them average? What makes them lack ambition? That's my thing.
Yeah. I mean, and sometimes, or most times, it's exposure. Like, if you don't know that there's other things to strive for outside of that, because where you came from, you know, this was the pinnacle of success, you know, it's like you can't shit on that person that's looking to, you know, for something else, but don't know where they're searching for.
But
that
maybe
in.
that's not what I want. Maybe I want to be a stay-at-home housewife. Maybe I don't want to go to school for 10, 12 years.
Right.
Well, she's saying
Who's
you
saying,
mediocre.
Right.
who's saying I'm not doing anything
Right.
that's not purposeful
Right.
outside of monetary
No, absolutely. Because
and static?
speaking on what Ayanna, that's the sister she was interviewing, right? Speaking on what she said, if that person is doing that particular job with passion, because that's what the world lack is passion. Doesn't
And
matter.
purpose. And
right.
purpose.
They've created a skill set beyond any other skill set.
And that's what we missed. What she said was really the quality of it.
Exactly.
And
What's
everybody
that?
focusing on what Ebony K. Williams said, but what Ayanna said was really the truth part of it.
Exactly.
You know, she said, I'm willing to build with a bus driver. Now, I might have my prenup and my stash over here.
Right.
But
Smart
that
woman.
don't mean I won't build with him. He's a hardworking person. He's a loving person. He loves his mom. You know, he's a good man. I can work with that.
Right.
And she's saying that we try to tear each other down with the words that we use.
Exactly. I was very offended. And someone else I heard said, nowadays, women are making more money than men.
Mhm.
So the roles are reversing. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, it's men staying at home with the kids and the woman is bringing home the money.
Right.
Roles are constantly reversing. If you're rich, why does he have to be rich?
Right.
You know, as long as you're able to take care of yourself and you take care of our family, that's all I'm concerned about. And like Ayanna said, you love me well.
Right.
That's all I'm concerned with.
So let's talk about money and relationships. So you can be with somebody that you make more money than,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
and you wouldn't look at that man as
Less than?
inferior.
No, because
What's the range got to be? If you made 100,000, what do you got to make?
comfortable enough that he was comfortable before I met him.
So he was able to take care of
So
himself.
he was able to take care of himself pretty much.
You could do
when
that
I
off of
met him.
25,000.
Little what, YMCA or some shit.
Yeah, you get a studio apartment.
Right.
You know, you
In a
be
chattel
on CCA.
building.
You know, you ain't gotta have a car. You can make it work.
You can figure in the city like
Look at
Chicago.
now she thinking like,
No, because the
let
problem
me come
I
up
had,
with a real number.
you know what? No, the problem is we all have standards, right?
Right.
We all have standards. We're all guilty of having standards. But what I'm not gonna do is put people in a category. Oh, because this person can't afford to live on Lakeshore Drive like me, then they're less than. They're average. They're mediocre. That's what I'm saying. We all have standards. We all have a way that we want to live.
Right.
And your partner have to fit into that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Into that box.
Yeah. The core standards should be there. The core values should be there. Like, if that's what you have right now, you're content with that because this is where I'm at, but this ain't where I'm not finishing here, and you steady striving, yeah, you get that. But at some point, you ain't going down to 79th and Cottage Grove to see this man, and you staying on Lakeshore Drive. He coming to see you, you know, and at some point, you know, when it whether it's marriage or whatever, he has to be on that level to say, hey, I'm comfortable with living on Lakeshore Drive, or a comfortable medium in between. Because
honestly,
if his mentality
nowadays,
is still there,
people aren't always going to be equally yoked. You know what I'm saying? Because I could say the same thing. I'm a respiratory therapist. I might meet somebody, he's a surgeon.
Right.
He's making significantly more than me.
Right.
Does that mean I'm not worthy of his love?
But if
I'm
a
not
surgeon-
worthy of him dating my class?
He probably would still date you, and you're a respiratory therapist because you're a career woman. But typically, surgeons and doctors, they want to date surgeons
They do,
and doctors.
and they do. And
But
they
he
do.
still would date you depending on how attractive you are.
Right.
You know, because I know I
Oh, so do you think that play a lot?
For me,
Man,
of course.
man, we live in
You're
a
a career
very
woman, you're a respiratory
physical
therapist,
world.
and you beautiful.
You know?
Yeah, a surgeon would date you.
And now I'm not saying, but see, the thing is, that ain't gonna keep you there. You know what I'm
No.
saying? I'd be a lie to say that I don't think that certain things happen for me in life because I'm not a bad looking man. You know, I've used that to my advantage in a few, not in a manipulative way, but you know, just fitting the untypical black male, you know, role in certain situations. I knew that I could play into it because maybe I didn't have visible tattoos or a certain haircut or whatever. So I know that, and the world should know that, man, image, what people see is always going to play a role in what they select. But what they keep is what's always, I feel personally, is what's here. You know, what's going to feed your soul, you know?
So did you see the Steve Harvey interview?
Oh, yeah. I seen on Club Shay Shay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think about what he said, that a woman don't have to bring nothing to the
Steve
table?
Harvey a fool, man.
You heard that too?
Nothing.
I didn't hear it, but I'm loving what I'm hearing right now.
So you saying nothing. So pretty much what he's saying, a woman is nothing but a meat box.
No.
Because what is she, if you're saying, again, we're going back to words, right? If you saying a woman has to bring nothing to the relationship, what is she?
I guess he's saying she got to be a good woman, you know, that type of stuff.
Did he say that?
Did he mean monetary?
He meant monetary,
He
I
meant
believe.
monetary, I'm sure. Like the materialistic
Right.
and the money.
I say this. She has to bring what lifestyle you living, you got to be able to afford it. If you want Gucci and Chanel and all of that stuff, you got to be living that lifestyle.
Before you come to the table, you should already, if you can't come to the table and you ain't used to Gucci and all that, but as soon as you sit at the table, you're like, where the Gucci at?
Right.
You're
But
like,
you know what?
I would say this.
interject on that.
Well, hold on.
I interject.
But hold on, I'm going to say this, and I'll accept your interjection. If I expose you to that, I understand I created that monster. You know what I'm saying? And
That's where I was getting at.
You know what I'm saying?
That's where I was getting.
That's when
Go
your
ahead,
hands go up.
That's where I was getting
Expound on your thoughts.
If you're able to afford those luxuries,
Mm-hmm.
and you know you drive a Lambo and I drive a Hyundai, you know, if you could afford to upgrade a sister and we together,
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah, you get the upper class Hyundai. Nah.
If you walking in here with Gucci on, and I'm walking in here with H&M, why I gotta walk in there with H&M on?
Now, is that an expectation? Like if I met you in H&M and I was attracted to you in H&M, but I had on Gucci, isn't it an
It's
expectation?
not an expectation.
Okay.
No. Because at that point, you're a gold digger.
But would you want to be the woman that brought nothing to the table?
No, that's just personally not my personality.
Right.
But sometimes when you're a celebrity like that, the woman kind of follows, or the person kind of follows whoever's making that type of money.
Right.
He travels. She can't have a 9-to-5 job. She,
Right.
you know, let's face it. And she's so famous. She's not going to have, they don't have a regular life.
They try to
So
say
she's
she's
not
a
going
drug
to be a
kingpin.
regular wife,
Right.
working a 9-to-5.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? But I'm sure she's managing the house. She's managing the staff. She's doing something.
Well, he
At
said his
that
wife
house.
is managing, you know, doing all of the stuff that, like managing the money,
See,
Right.
you know,
yeah.
taking care
Yeah.
of the business.
I mean, from
she's
that
doing all of
aspect,
that kind of
She's
stuff.
doing something. She's not an airhead.
Well, she
She's not an airhead.
She was about a game, I guess, beforehand because you got her ex-husband that got out of prison.
He's a drug lord.
He's saying that he was a drug lord. And he's saying that she was the queen pin.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why he went to jail.
Oh, wow.
And she married Steve Harvey.
He's writing a book. Her ex-husband
I
writing a
saw
book.
he was writing a book.
You got to think about Steve
Or
Harvey.
that's like Ludacris.
What's her name? Marjorie
Ludacris.
Margie.
His wife went to med school. She graduated to be a doctor.
Right.
Ludacris, she's not practicing because how could she?
Well, she don't need to practice.
Well, she don't need to,
But if
but
she
the
wanted
point
to-
is she just can't be an ordinary housewife because
Right.
she don't have an ordinary lifestyle,
Yeah.
even though she's highly educated.
I couldn't do that to a woman. You didn't spend all this money and time to go to school. You do that shit for a year at least and say, you know what, I don't
It's
want to
know
do this
what?
shit.
hella time consuming
Yeah.
to be a doctor.
It
you know
is.
what, Monz? Wife me up. I don't want to go back. I don't care how much years I've spent there.
look, there go the truth.
Let's be truthful
you
now.
ludicrous. You think I'm finna go to work this hospital?
Listen, I'll volunteer sometimes. Let's be truthful.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna front though. I've always said that, man, no matter, how wealthy I am, I would want my wife to work. But do what you're passionate about.
That's
If
right.
you're an artist, be an artist. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't think I'm just finna keep funding all your brain scheme ideas or whatever, but I'm gonna fund you the opportunity to be able to do that and, shine to be your best self. But I don't think that a housewife should just be at the level of like we talking about mega millionaire type guys. They shouldn't just be shopping on Rodeo Drive and going
Living
on
a good life every day.
Right, all these
Waking up
housewives
at
or
10
whatever.
and shit like
That's
you
just
then, huh?
Yeah, that's a scam. That's no. You know what I'm
That
saying?
sounds like a dream to me.
But a man who rich and got that kind of money, he probably would have let a woman do that if she's a trophy wife.
Right.
If she's a 10.
And there's a lot of
just
trophy
completely
wives.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Go to the gym, keep a body together.
Right.
A man making all the money, he don't care.
Yeah, I get
Long as
that.
you
That's
just ain't
part of their
super lazy.
image. That's
Yeah.
part of
Damn,
their
every time,
image.
I left here, you was in the bed, I came home.
Yeah.
You still in the bed.
Right.
And that's work in itself to keep up an image.
It is.
That's work.
Oh, yeah.
That's work to keep
You gotta
up
be
that
fit.
trophy wife image.
That's
Right.
what Ma said earlier when it comes back to, if you working on your body, if you came into the relationship and you was in the gym and you was trying to be a trophy wife and, you looking good, then once you get me, you can't stop doing that.
Right.
Because that's part of the reason, how it came together.
Exactly. That's what sold me. So it's like, don't sell me a lemon.
Right. So now
Don't
I
go
done
put
made
the
you my
truck
wife
oil in
and
there.
the money is flowing. Now you don't want to go to the gym no more? Like you
Right.
ain't going to the gym?
Yeah. you talk about, can you pay for this cert? No, I'll pay for this trainer, but
And see, that'll work.
yeah, again though, but what
That'll work.
I understand, it all comes to
we
the
can hire you
support.
the trainer.
Right, it all comes to the support, and that works both ways. Even for men, some men may not be as motivated as they need to be, but they may need something to put that fire up under their ass. You know
And
what
your
I'm saying?
partner should put that fire too. That's
Absolutely.
a part of having a good partner.
Absolutely.
Because a good partner should motivate you
Yeah.
to want to do more. And I'm gonna backtrack for just a second. I have dated men that I made significantly more than, but guess what? They were doing passion projects. They weren't just sitting at home playing Nintendo
Right.
or,
Mm-hmm.
they were actually doing important work. But sometimes, unfortunately, really important work don't make a lot of money. So that's where you have to choose. And that goes back to that Ebony K. There's a lot of people with very important roles that, and it don't pay money. Social workers,
Right.
teachers.
House mom.
Yes.
They don't pay shit.
It don't pay anything. People are running non-for-profits.
Right.
How much do you think those people are really making, taking home,
Right.
and they're helping people? So
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, I could see it both ways, though. You want somebody who's bringing something to the table.
No, absolutely.
I say your preference is your preference.
Yeah, I mean, if you're
But
happy
at
with
the
it.
end of the day, don't offend me
Yeah.
because you're a millionaire and I'm making 6 figures. Don't offend me. That's all I'm saying.
Right, you can't be
Watch
putting
your
people down.
I mean, that's real, you know, because
Watch your words.
if you really for uplifting each other, you can't make a person feel bad for their position.
Exactly.
You know, you want to motivate them to be somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing that I feel like culturally we sometimes lack. You know, and I mean, it could be born and raised in Chicago, you know, and everybody is, hush hush about, you know, I got this situation or whatever, or, you know, he mentioned something one time, his the neighbor share the same building with him, didn't tell him about the tuck pointing. He like, I got to deal with the tuck pointing after he got it. Why you ain't send him over here? Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, we're neighbors. Don't you want my shit to look just as great as yours? You know, so we have, like, as a culture, that type of mentality. And the only time things are going to change for us is when we start embracing each other for what they bring to the table. Because again, like we said, everybody can't practice law and everybody can't drive a bus. So you got to respect what that person does. And especially if they do it with that same passion that you do it. You know, just embrace me. And if you have something that you can tell me to help elevate me to that next level, you know what I'm saying? Pass that on. Now, if that person is like, then you know, okay, maybe this ain't nobody I want to build with because they're comfortable with where they are. And there's nothing wrong with that.
And that's their choice, is your choice.
Absolutely. Wish them well in their comfort zone and you keep on progressing, but you ain't got to put them down.
Now, we got a couple more topics. Now, I was at work the other day and we was talking about, the ladies asked me, do I believe in love? So I told them I believe in respect and loyalty.
Right.
You know, and they was like, what do you mean you believe in respect and loyalty? You don't believe in love? I said, you can love somebody, but you don't respect them. I'd rather you respect me and then be telling me that you love me, because I believe if you don't respect me,
right,
you don't really love me like you say
Absolutely.
You do. You know, so they was kind of looking at me funny. I was like, I'm not saying that you can't be in love with somebody, but I think it's kind of more a fallacy of what you believe you should be, what society cast on you. Because I told them, you know, they were like, well, if you're in love, you really cherish that person and you love that person and you feel a certain way. I said, but then why does the love go away? Because if it's that strong, it should never go away.
Absolutely.
You know, so what are your thoughts, Nicole?
Okay, I believe in love. Do I think that it takes very hard work to maintain? Because that's the thing, maintaining. That's like in a marriage. You have to maintain, because all of us, we're imperfect. We get on each other's nerves. I'm a loner, so I like my space. You know, I like for you to go in the other room and don't talk to me for a day or two.
And y'all live in the same house?
And we live in the same house.
You say for a day or two?
Yes.
Are you excited on that third day? Like, hey, you're here.
Like, what you doing in here?
Right.
Like, go back in the basement.
Oh, how's it been going?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I think you can love a person, but it takes respect to maintain that.
Absolutely.
You have to maintain, and you need a heck of a lot of respect to maintain the love.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, I definitely believe in love. What do I think love is? I think it's a person that motivates you. Just being around their presence motivates you. You feel secure with that person. It's just a sense of you could just be around that person and you just feel secure and safe. And the person on a daily show acts of love. That's another thing. You have to daily show acts.
How you gonna do that if you just said you didn't want to see him for 2 days?
Leave a note.
Maybe once a week then, Sean.
You like on the daily, I want you to show acts of love,
Right.
but stay in the basement.
Right.
You're gonna have to figure out a way to do it.
You know,
They're still in the basement. He must love me.
look, leave my wing stop at the door,
There we go.
please.
That's
See,
like,
that's an act of love.
Yeah, no.
That's an act of
Yeah.
love. You
Yeah.
know,
I
you
got
know,
you.
text me, are you still alive in there?
Right.
That's an act of love. You know?
Yeah. And I
And
agree
love
with
is
that.
about respecting who that person is too, because nobody is perfect. It's ways that your significant other, it's things you're not gonna like about that person. Let's face it. It's
Right.
gonna get on your nerves. You can't stand it, but you also have to respect people for who they are.
Absolutely.
And that's where that word respect come from. You to keep the love going, you have to respect that person.
No, that's real, you know. Of course, I believe in love. I mean, I'm not wearing this hat for no reason.
Yeah.
You know.
I didn't even know.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, right. But again, you know, somebody I met this homeless guy. What's funny, I ain't even gonna go into that part, but I met this homeless guy and I told him my name. He's like, your name means love. And I'm like, oh, okay. Even if it didn't, I respected that he put that energy on me or whatever. You know, but you know, love for me as an acronym, language of various emotions. You know, love is an
I love
unconditional thing. You know what I'm saying? It's no one way to love. He's not going to love me the way I love him, vice us, you love us, or your significant other, or your children, or anything. You know, so nobody could define love for you. You know, it's just unconditional. You know, you cuss somebody out sometimes because you love them. You know what I'm saying? And you don't know how, you don't understand that energy. You don't understand, like, I'm really that upset because somebody that's insignificant to you, you don't see them. You don't hear them, you don't feel them. They're, you know, not like a beneath you, but you're vibrating at this frequency up here, they're down here. Like we're not even in the same space. You know what I'm saying? And love is a powerful thing. And respect, going back to what both of you guys said, you know, is the most important thing. I mean, it's a part of love. You know, because how could you respect anything if you don't, you know, have an idea of what respect is? So starting with respecting yourself. I can't respect anybody if I don't respect myself. No different from I can't love anything or anyone if I don't love myself. You know, so when we get to that point where we understand that and what that may look like, and again, it's no clear definition of that. Somebody may say, I don't love myself because I ain't in the gym right now and I ain't eating kale and doing all of that, you know, but I may not reach that level of love yet, you know, and so for all of y'all out here who's looking for that fairy tale love, you know, that may not exist in the way that you see it, you know, but don't let that keep you away from true unconditional love.
You got to look for partnership and compatibility.
That,
you know,
yeah.
If you find somebody, you be like, okay, I'm in love with this. There's plenty of people out here that claim they're in love with somebody and the person is treating them bad.
Yeah.
And they don't leave them because, you know, they're for love, for whatever reason. But how can you be with somebody who treats you badly? Because that person don't love you if they're mistreating you.
Well, see, that goes back to your insecurity and like what you said, not loving yourself.
Right.
Not feeling you're worthy of better treatment.
Right.
You know? Or maybe you really don't know. Like, you have to define what's love for you.
Absolutely.
You know, maybe you saw mom and dad fighting all the time. Maybe you saw dad hitting mama out of the name of in the name of love. He was supposed to love her.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying about all of us come up different.
Right.
So our actions are gonna mimic our life experiences. But yeah, Sean, I tell people every day, I love you. Like, if I meet somebody and we vibing, or even if I meet, I don't care. It could be somebody I'm working with. If it's just that energy, that kindness.
But you don't really mean it.
No.
You mean it.
You don't mean it. Like,
Yes, I
you.
do.
Right.
I do. In that moment,
if somebody
yes,
at the job
I
told
do.
me that they love me, I'd be like, okay.
Right. Look, it is some
Do
skepticism.
you think that's more of
it.
a woman's thing, though? Do you think that's more of like a feminine? We're so more
emotional.
So that could be a thing too.
Yeah.
Because my girlfriends, I be like, I love
well,
you.
Well, them your girlfriends. You might love your girlfriend.
Yeah.
You know, I love my guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's different. But, you know, that's another thing about.
So why can't you believe in love with a significant other then? How can you love your guys?
It's not that I don't believe in love. I think love is more of the expectations a person has when they claim that they're in love. You know, it's kind of unrealistic for me to, you know, when you saying that you love me and you want me to be this certain way, you know, and I don't appear to be that way. I don't meet those expectations. And then as time goes on, you don't love me no more. The love run away.
Yeah, that's not real love. Like anybody I've ever, like if I ever dated you and, you know, I've ever said I love you, I meant it. You know, now, did I think that we were going to spend the rest of our lives together? Maybe not. You know, because if you're 21, what's the rest of your life? You know what I'm saying? If I'm being honest, you know, but I can say what I learned from each one of those experiences, and that time isn't in vain. You know what I'm saying?
It makes you a better partner, actually.
Exactly.
It is a learning process.
You know, so if I can say that I left any of those situations, I felt nothing, or that person wasn't for me, it was never nothing there. You know, so those words can be empty. Sometimes society can teach us to use that word as a filler to be like, okay, this is what says, okay, we at the next level now. You know what I'm saying? But you have to, again, understand what that means for you. And like, going back to your point, like, if you're vibing with somebody in that moment, it's like, man, I love you.
Right.
What you love it is,
the moment
I love
might
that energy. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know, and that you're finding your tribe.
Because people tell people that they love them, they don't even really know them.
Yeah.
Like I tell people, you've dated for 3 months and you done told this person you love them.
Yeah.
But you don't really know him now. You done moved in with him.
Yeah.
And now you're like, shit, now I'm really getting to know this motherfucker. You know,
Right.
every time I come in, the socks is next to the hamper instead of in the hamper. That pisses you off. You're like, what the hamper here for?
Right. Yeah.
So you're like, I thought I loved you, but I really don't. You know, now that I'm getting to know you.
Right.
And
You
that's
ain't
what
the
I
same
said
person that I
about
thought
it's
you
going to
was
be
before.
things that
Right.
irk you about that person. And sometimes you just have to compromise. Because I've been married and, you know, we get comfortable in a marriage.
Right.
Like people start not taking showers, like all kind of just like crazy stuff. And you just like, what happened?
Right.
That's another thing. I feel like you do have to continue to date your partner too. That's a big thing.
I agree
You
with that.
do have to continue to like impress your partner.
I agree with that. You know, I got a lot of my homies are married. You know, it's only a handful, few last of the Mohicans, you know what I'm saying? And one of the things, you know, I express, because you see the transformation, you know, once those I do's come in. And I'm one of them friends, like, you know, as you know, being single, I'm not gonna invite you out. And I know that you got a wife at home and I'm going to do single shit. You know what I'm saying? So I have that respect, but also I see that they lose themselves sometimes. They become the husband. I go to work, come home, make sure the bills are paid. But their wife is still going on girls' trips. You know, their wife is still going out and,
That's what
you
I
know,
like.
having
What's like
fun.
girls trips?
No, I like that you still have to have your common interests.
Absolutely.
This is what attracts me too. When I met you, you were doing A, B, C, D, and I thought that was impressive.
Right.
Now that we're together, now all you want to do is sit on the couch and watch Maury. Like, no.
Well, we embellished. So when you met him, you know, he probably was telling you all this stuff. He was gonna be like, yeah, baby, you know, I got this going on, you know, setting up this on the side. And
Right.
he's like, yeah, all right. You a man on the move.
Right.
But no, I mean, initially when you get together, you're obsessed with each other. That's all you want to do. You want to be with that person.
Right.
And then you kind of lose yourself. But I don't want to be that person. I want to continue to, you know, start my business, start another business, practice photography, go to art galleries with my girls, like still network.
Right.
And then two, you're not spending so much time obsessing over that person.
Absolutely.
It's giving that man time to miss you.
Right.
Miss girl, let him miss you. And then, you know, and he's still seeing this beautiful woman he fell in love with, you know,
Right.
that interesting person he fell in love with.
Right.
That's another thing too. Don't get complacent. And then now you've been on the couch for a week, which that's fine. Cause I get like that too. I might be on the couch for a week and not take no shower, but don't lose that person
Right.
that I met. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, and continue to grow, get so comfortable, because that's the thing. Like, everybody starts relationships with their avatar. You know, your made up player, you know, everything at 99%.
Yeah.
You know, and then of course, as time go on, you get a little bit more comfortable. Those walls start coming down a little bit more. You know, you start being a little bit more realistic. You know, don't be afraid to show your mate those aspects about you that you think are weird or quirky or whatever, because that is something that takes that relationship to the next level, because it's discovery, you know, and for you, it helps to feed that. You know, like, you may have never done anything like that. I got a lot of homies who read comic books, right? Most of them who read comic books can draw. You know what I'm saying? But I had never seen them draw or paint anything or whatever. And maybe if they shared that with a mate, they may inspire that more and
makes
take
them
them somewhere.
interesting.
Right.
And
you know
it
what I'm
makes
saying?
you interesting. You want the partner that you're dating to be interesting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You want that person to be an interesting person.
Right.
Like Young Miami just said, you know who Young Miami is, right? And you know that her and Diddy, they're dating. Well, she said she don't want to be up under a guy because she want to let those walls down when she get home. She want to be ugly for a few days.
Right.
She want to be crusty for a few days.
Yeah.
So she was like, I don't mind not dating seriously because sometimes a sister just want to chill and look ugly and look, but you love a person when you could accept that.
No. Don't call me on those days. I don't want to call you on that. No, I mean, I ain't shy.
See,
I'm
that's
a little crusty
real love.
And shit.
That's
I'm
real
like, well, you know
love.
what? When you get yourself together, hit me up. I slide through
Hit
there.
my line. Like, oh, baby, we got that wax yet, huh?
That's real love. But don't be looking crusty 30 days
Not right.
of a month. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
No, I mean, that's real.
I definitely love. I'm a sucker for love.
There's a lot of people who suck us for love.
Yeah. Man, the world, we all are in love with love.
I love
You know what I'm
love.
saying? In our own weird way. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that's what keep us from not experiencing true love because we want, again, the fairy tale love. And if it don't hit us like that, it must not be real.
Right.
So then it comes to that point like, okay, you're kind of.
Or you're measuring your partner to what you see on social media.
Absolutely.
Or are you measuring your partner to that lawyer? Or you measuring, you're telling me, Nicole, you're not an Ebony K.
Right. Yeah, damn it.
Absolutely.
So let's go. So let's say, can AI technology show you how to, can you go on AI and go on ChatGPT and be like, how can I find true love? And it's going to lay it out for you.
Hey,
AI technology might be able to help you out.
I'll try anything.
Man, I'm telling you, man.
For real love, I'll try anything.
But that's real though. Like you have to be if you're seeking something in life and you've tried everything that in your power to do, you could use a little bit of assistance somewhere, right?
So what you think about AI technology?
It's coming.
Scary.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's real, man. Like, and I mean, you know, just being in the creative space, we've kind of been seeing it for a couple of decades. Maybe not at the level where it is now.
Yeah, where it is now, it's ridiculous.
But however, I tell everybody this, man, anytime society gets ready to introduce new technology to us, I feel like it's been here at least 20 years. And I give you an example of that. In the 80s, 80, maybe, I don't know, 86, 85, something like that, my godmother had a Mercury Cougar and it had a touch screen inside of it. You know, you controlled the radio and you know what I'm saying, the climate and all that in there. Also in the late 80s, I saw the first camera phone. There was an AT&T store that used to sit at Ford City. This is in like 89, but it was like $3,000. You know, $3,000 of 89 money is probably what about down to 10 grand of 2023 money.
Yeah,
you know
they've
what I'm
probably
saying?
been working on it for a minute. Why you say it's scary?
I just don't want you to be able to create too much because people use it for
evil.
No,
I'm sitting here like scared talking
People use
about
it
it.
for evil.
People use it for evil.
It's already so much scamming going on, and
Yeah.
I just feel like
It's
the
gonna be-
government
people
is
gonna
going to
use it.
use
It's gonna be
it.
some- they gonna
It's
find a
going to
way.
be clones, and they're
Criminals
not
gonna find a
really
way.
here,
Yeah.
and it's just I'm scared of it. I feel like it's going to affect the economy. Things, you know, I think all this computer generated and robotics
Mhm.
are going to take away from manual labor. I just feel like
Probably gonna have its plus and minuses, its ups and downs.
I mean, it is, you know, but it's up to us as, you know, humans to find ways to keep ourselves valuable,
that's true.
you know. And I mean, what we've seen with time, anything that's microwavable, at some point we revert back to the origins of things. Like you're seeing a resurgence of albums, records, you know, because people are missing that feeling, you know, of going to the store and getting that and something rare in that special moment.
Or searching for it.
Exactly.
And
You know?
seeing the cover,
Nobody
how
hear that
dope
shit
it
no more. I just
is.
want to type it in.
I mean, don't get me
Hit
wrong,
back.
I love it. You know what I'm saying? I love it. And I love the fact because AI, you got to remember, it tell them what to play next. You know what I'm saying? And man.
So let's look at it in terms of this. Now, we producers. Now, like Timbaland produced the beat.
Right.
Made a new track, and he used AI to put Biggie on that.
Right.
And I heard a little bit of it. I was like, oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
Sounds just like Biggie.
Right.
Now, wouldn't you be interested as a producer to do something like if you could put Tupac on one of your tracks?
Come on,
now. So don't think I ain't finna be doing it.
But here's the
I'm
thing.
finna be downstairs like...
So here's the thing. Yes, it is a scary thing, but we have to embrace it because it is here, you know, but find a way to outthink the intelligence, the artificial intelligence. Man created artificial intelligence, so we can't make it more intelligent than us. We still have to be able to control and manipulate that, you know, to our own advantages.
Because I'm trying to figure out how it works. Do you got to write the lyrics and make the song, or do you got to use... Because I know Tupac and Biggie did Niggas in Paris.
Right.
And they did the same exact vocals.
Also hard.
Yeah,
so they
did the
probably
same
just
vocal.
did it with the vocal
and they use
joint.
their voices. So I'm like, man,
Right.
can I write a song and put Tupac voice and he can spit my lyrics?
Hell yeah. Now here's the thing. Now this is the question.
See how crazy.
With the flow that I laid.
Oh my God.
Now
That'd
this
be
is
dope.
the question that they're having, you know, with you know, within the industry. It's like, you know, it's gonna create a crazy space. Cause like, yeah, I could
How
do
do you
that.
get
Like
paid
I
for
could
it?
go downstairs and create a Tupac and Biggie or a Tupac and Jay-Z record, right? You know what I'm saying? But if I put Tupac and Jay-Z, yeah, I can hit, that's a lawsuit. Cause
Is it a lawsuit? Because I don't think that's a lawsuit. Because
it is because here's the thing. Tupac is an estate. Jay-Z is an entity. He's a corporate entity. You know, so
but
I'm
it's not
I'm
their real
infringing
voice.
on that. Well, if I'm
It's a
marketing
computer
it,
generated.
if I'm marketing it as that,
So what, you're not taking no intellectual
using that
property.
likeness. See, here's the thing. I'm using that likeness, marketing it as it's them. I'm counterfeiting them.
Right.
I think a lawyer can find a loophole.
If I do the same exact thing, but I don't put their name on it, I say S.A. and Monz Logan,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Then we in that gray area where we could get away with that shit. You know what I'm saying?
It'd be interesting how in the future how it's gonna play out.
That's what I'm talking about. Scamming. That's what I'm talking
He just said
about.
we can get away with that.
Right.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking
absolutely.
about.
Absolutely.
No,
Now
you wouldn't
it's
wanna
stealing
bring a
somebody's
Maya Angelou back,
creativity.
do a Maya Angelou poem, write one and have her say it in her voice to one of your poems.
Yeah. Or write an audio book and have her narrate it.
That would be dope.
Look at it, look.
Look, see? Hey, all right.
It ain't so scary no more. She's like, wait a minute, wait, I can do that? Like, yeah.
That would be dope, but
Right.
it's still stealing.
How's it stealing?
It's
Because it's not their real voice.
It's imagination.
But it's their material.
It's not their material
Well,
either.
yeah, no.
It's
It's
your
their
material.
likeness to a degree.
It's
because it's their voice.
It's something that sounds similar because the computer generator makes it sound so
Right.
close that you be like, damn, that sounds just like Biggie. When I heard the one he did with Timbaland, I was like, damn,
Yeah.
sounds just like Biggie. Got all the enunciations and everything.
We'll see. It's still Biggie's.
But what about
It's still his.
what about people who impersonate people like say somebody like a Jamie Foxx? You know, he's pretty good, or Jay Farrell.
When he
They're
did Ray
great
Charles,
at,
yeah.
you know, at impersonating. You know what I'm saying? Does it mean that now I can sue him because you're impersonating this guy using their voice?
It's gonna be interesting
I feel
to see
like
how
it's
it play
not
out.
the same because I could sit here and try to impersonate somebody. I'm
Right.
not selling it. I'm not.
But if you try to make
I'm
money
not
off of it,
using
you
their-
gotta pay him. That's what you're saying. If you try to make some money off of it, you should pay him.
Yeah, especially with the album.
Maybe,
Because
yeah.
it's almost like you're taking their
I
credit.
make a whole Tupac
It's
and
like
Biggie
you're
album
taking-
and put it out.
It's like you're not.
East
like
Coast,
you're
West Coast
taking,
love.
You're taking their credit.
Yeah.
You're taking their material, no
Nah.
matter how you doctor it up.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely, you know,
It's the same
gray
thing as using
areas.
somebody's tracks. Is that what you guys call it when you use
Sampling?
a sample?
No,
Yeah.
see, that's
It's the
that's a
same
little
thing.
different.
It's
Because you're
still
taking a
their
piece of their
art.
music.
It's still their art.
But it's not their art if it's their voice. Their voice is public domain.
Right, it's your art if you writing the lyrics and making the beat, and they voice is spitting
Right.
what you wrote down.
Right.
Right.
That's
So,
what's
right,
interesting
if-
how
so-
they gonna do it in the future.
Yeah.
Because if they gonna find some kind of way, if you're doing it and making money off, you're gonna have to pay.
Yeah.
You're probably gonna have to pay Biggie or whoever voice you use.
As they
Yeah.
should.
Yeah.
As they should.
For the folks at home, always understand, man, it's all entertainment. Don't take life so serious that you can't laugh every now and then. poke fun and all of these great things. Remember to choose your words wisely, man. Like, because, we all are suffering from different things that you may not understand. And you don't want to be misunderstood, right? Nobody does, and for everybody out here, I just want y'all to remember that this is a product for the people, by the people, where dreams go further than bullets. We out.
And don't forget, we want to thank Nicole.
Oh, definitely. My apologies. We want to thank our lovely guest host, B. Nicole, for coming and sitting on the couch and sharing her thoughts and perspective with us.
It was fun.
Give her a round of applause.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was a pleasure being here. Thank you.
Yeah, and we really appreciate that. You need that feminine, perspective on things.
Tell them about the B. Nicole. What that mean? Be yourself, right?
Or you could be like me. If you want to be perfect, you could be like me.
All right.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace.
Please don't give up. No. Please don't give up. Don't you give up. No. Don't you give up.